Have you ever felt that real pull of anticipation, wanting to get a sense of what's coming up just so you feel, well, ready? Especially when it's about your own path, your own energy. Well, today, we're doing more than just glancing ahead. We're doing a full deep dive into the astrology, the cosmic vibes, specifically for Aries in September 2025.
Yeah, our mission here is to really unpack what this month looks like. Love, career, health, your social life. We've gathered the research, and we're going to pull out the key stuff for you. So, okay, let's get into this forecast.
Yeah.
Especially for Aries, right? All that energy.
Exactly. And look, this isn't about saying this will happen. It's more like offering you an astrological roadmap, you could say. Understanding these patterns, these potential influences. It just empowers you, doesn't it? To navigate September with more awareness, we'll look at how the planets connect with that core Aries nature, how you can use these insights to grab opportunities, handle challenges, really leverage your strengths. It's about being proactive. Okay, so let's start with the general atmosphere then. Setting the scene for Aries in September 2025. And the big theme, the one that really jumps out. It's exciting. It seems like a major shift, like moving from feeling stuck, maybe.
Yeah.
From stagnation to active movement is how the analysis puts it. Sounds like things are finally getting moving for you.
Oh, definitely. And that's not just, a feeling. It's rooted in the planetary energy. Mars, your ruling planet, seems to be getting a real boost. It's making some dynamic aspects that are basically, well, pushing you towards making some pretty crucial decisions. So it's not just stuff happening to you, your own fires being lit, prompting you to take the lead. But, and this is important, with all that forward momentum, there's a big caution flag around focus. Mercury's doing some interesting things, squaring off here and there, and the projections warn against being too impulsive, acting in haste. It's about channeling that powerful Aries drive, not just letting it spray everywhere.
That's such a key point, isn't it? Because that urge to just go, to jump in, that's so Aries. So if Mars is pushing for decisions, how do you tell the difference between that really productive drive and just, jumping the gun? How do you channel it?
Right. It boils down to, I think, integration. Strategy, almost. Instead of that instant reaction, the advice points towards taking a beat. Just a moment to see the whole picture, then act with that Aries courage, but guided by clarity. Think of it like a powerful engine. Amazing power, but you need precise steering. This shift isn't just a gentle nudge. It's like, boom, the gates are open. You're meant to run, but run smart. That's where your leadership really comes in, leading yourself first.
That makes total sense. So it's about you actively steering through these changes, not just being carried along. You're in the driver's seat. Okay, let's switch gears. Work and money, always a big one. Our deep dive suggests September is looking, well, pretty potent for Aries professionally. The analysis calls it a potential month of achievements. Things like new opportunities or job offers could actually be landing right in your lap.
Yeah, it's definitely exciting, especially for Aries, right? Thriving on new challenges, leading the way. But what's interesting is how these steps forward, these external gains, they also bring this internal call, a need for managing your resources strategically. The insights are clear. These opportunities come packaged with greater responsibilities. How does that usually land with an Aries, that extra weight with the reward?
Good question. Imagine the first instinct might be just, okay, I'll take it all, I can handle it. That drive to prove yourself. So what's the secret then? Handling that bigger workload without crashing and burning, especially given that Aries tendency to push hard and maybe skip the fine print sometimes.
Exactly. That head first thing is usually a strength, but here it needs tempering. The focus really shifts to effective time management, energy management too. It's about thinking, okay, what's the priority? Can I delegate anything? What's my actual bandwidth here? It's not a free pass, it's a chance to really step up. But that means bringing your organizational game, not just your passion. It's about expanding how you lead, sustaining things, not just starting them. And on the money side, the outlook is pretty positive too. We're seeing signs of gradual financial improvement. Always good news. What's specific in our research is the timing. It looks like this improvement becomes especially evident in the second half of the month, which kind of suggests that the work you put in early September, maybe from those new opportunities, starts to pay off as the month goes on, building momentum.
Okay, so being ready to ride those waves, but maybe understanding the reward isn't instant. A bit of patience needed, noted for Aries. All right, let's move into the personal realm, love and relationships. September's forecast here sounds, well, quite nice actually. Our analysis suggests romantic relationships are expected to flourish. And hey, for single Aries listening, heads up, there's specific mention of opportunities for new passionate encounters. What kind of encounters are we talking about? How might that fiery Aries energy play out in new connections?
Well, for singles, it doesn't look like just, casual dates. The vibe suggests really authentic connections, fiery ones. The kind that resonate with that Aries need for real passion, real energy. Maybe sparked by a shared adventure or a similar drive. Finding someone who matches your intensity, not someone who holds you back. And for Aries already in committed relationships, it's also looking positive, but maybe with a little more nuance. Yes, relationships flourishing, but the month might also bring some discussions. Now, I know that word can sound a bit loaded, but the key insight here, maybe thanks to Venus moving thoughtfully, is that these talks are expected to have a positive outcome. They could actually end up strengthening the relationship.
Discussions, but with a positive spin. Okay, that sounds very Aries. Let's get it out in the open and make things better. What sort of discussions might pop up? Old stuff.
Or planning the future together. Probably a mix, but maybe leaning more towards deepening the understanding between you two. Clarifying where you're headed. Aries values directness, so these probably aren't wishy-washy talks. They could be really frank conversations about goals, what you both expect from the partnership, maybe even tackling some lingering issues that, once you address them honestly, just clear the air. If you connect that to the bigger picture for the month, it really shows how open communication, even the tough conversations, can be a tool for getting closer, building trust through being upfront.
It's a really powerful way to look at it.
Yeah.
Using that Aries courage to connect, knowing it makes the bond stronger. Okay, let's talk health and energy. Because with all this activity, all these opportunities, you're going to need stamina, right? The deep dive is pretty clear. Aries, you need to pay attention to your physical health this September.
Absolutely critical, especially with those increased responsibilities we mentioned. Aries, your drive is incredible, but you can push through warning signs until, bam, you hit a wall. A common risk highlighted is fatigue due to work pressure. Makes sense. To counter this, the advice is practical. Things like simple exercise like walking or meditation. But knowing Aries, maybe we expand that, right? Short bursts of intense activity. Competitive sports, something that satisfies that challenge-seeking nature but actually recharges you. The goal is finding ways to maintain high energy without exhausting yourself. Smart self-care, basically, to avoid burnout.
So for daily life, what does that mean? Especially if you tend to see rest as optional.
Yeah.
It means being proactive, right? Building in small, consistent habits, not despite being busy, but because you're busy. It's like refueling that inner fire so it burns bright but doesn't burn you out.
Exactly. Your well-being is the foundation. Ignore it, and everything else gets shaky. It's like trying to win a race on fumes.
Okay, shifting again. Social life, social relationships. Our insights suggest Aries might find themselves becoming more socially outgoing in September. And this isn't just about fun, although fun is good. It also presents opportunities to meet influential people. Who are these influential people? And how should an Aries, who can sometimes, dominate a conversation, best approach these new connections?
That leads to a really interesting question, doesn't it? How can just normal social interactions actually bring benefits in other parts of your life, especially work? For Aries, these influential folks might not just be mentors. They could be collaborators, people with resources, maybe even gatekeepers to exciting new projects, things that really light your fire. The analysis points out these new connections could help not only on a personal level, but also in future work collaborations. So the key for Aries, be yourself, share your vision, absolutely. But maybe also practice active listening, which, let's be honest, might take conscious effort for a sign that loves to lead. It really underlines how connected everything is this month. Expanding your social circle could actually be a strategic move, building bridges, to new places.
That's a great perspective. Seeing every chat is potentially opening a door if you approach it openly.
Oh.
All right, let's pull it all together. As we wrap up our deep dive, what's the golden nugget of advice for Aries this month? Our sources really crystallize it down. Don't rush the results, and emphasizing the need to take your time.
Yeah, that piece of advice really ties everything together, doesn't it? Especially for Aries. The energy is there, the opportunities are popping up, but it's crucial to balance that natural enthusiasm with reality. The insights stress that while your energy is definitely present, real wisdom comes from how that energy is invested. Aries' first instinct is often sprint, achieve, get there fast. But September seems to be asking for patience. What happens if an Aries doesn't slow down this month? what are the risks?
Oh, I can see it. Rushing could mean missing key details in a job offer, right? Or saying something impulsive in one of those important relationship talks. Or just plain burning out physically from trying to seize every single opportunity at once. Like the universe is saying, whoa, Nelly, look before you leap, even when you really want to charge.
Precisely. It's about being deliberate, thoughtful, using that amazing drive strategically, building something solid, not just sprinting towards a finish line that might not even be the right one for you long term. Your energy is so valuable. Invest it wisely. Think like a strategist deploying forces, not just an all-out charge without scouting first.
Absolutely. It's about harnessing that incredible Aries fire, but wisely. Making sure every spark counts, leads to something productive and lasting. You've got momentum. Use it with purpose. So wrapping up this deep dive, it's clear September 2025 is shaping up to be incredibly dynamic for Aries, really transformative. We've touched on career leaps, deepening relationships, the absolute need for self-care, and even strategic socializing. It's a month for action, yes, but thoughtful action. So the question for you as you go into September is, how will you choose to invest that amazing Aries energy? Not just spend it, but invest it. Will you see those discussions as real chances to connect deeper, or just, hurdles to get past quickly?
Think about finding that sweet spot between your natural go-getter spirit and the need for careful, strategic moves. This month is really inviting you to redefine success. Maybe it's not just about being first, but about being effective, building something that lasts. We hope you'll keep observing your own journey through this lens.
Thank you so much for joining us on the Deep Dive. We hope these insights set you up for an absolutely fantastic September, one where you lead with both your signature, passion, and some real wisdom.